So this is week 3 of our 4-week series on what to look for physically in a property for REOs or regular properties. Here we've already talked about getting a home inspector. We've already talked about making sure that you have that contingency in the contract so that you can have something to fall back in. Because here's the deal, okay? So you have your certified home inspector, and make sure you get a good inspector. I believe in every state they have some kind of certification. You have to check on that. But make sure that you have a good inspector that goes in there and, all right, so let's just say he finds something. Okay, so you're in the deal, you sign a contract, you have your earnest money deposit down, and you guys have a closing date and everything's moving forward. And let's just say you have a 7-day inspection period here, contingency. So within that 7 days, you have to do your home inspection and go to the seller and say, yes, I'm happy, let's take this contingency out for you to find anything. It's up to you. It's not going to be the seller. The seller's not going to say, hey, you only have 2 more days left, make sure to do your home inspection. That's going to be on you. So you have to get in there and do it within that time period. Let's say the home inspector finds something. Let's just say they find mold that's in the walls that you couldn't visibly see. Well, now you negotiate. You go to the, well, I mean, it's up to you. Let's just say the inspector comes back and say, well, it's going to cost $5,000 to rectify this, to remedy the problem. It's up to you. Do you want to eat that $5,000? Do you like the house that much? Or do you want to negotiate? Do you want to go to the seller? Most people, generally, something like this, they'll go to the seller and say, hey, we found this, $5,000. I'm going to pull out of this deal unless you pay for half, or unless you pay for the whole thing, or unless we negotiate and get something figured out. And that's generally where you're at. Now, you're in the contract. Can you pull out and have no issues? Are you going to lose your earnest money deposit? No. You can pull out. You're within that time period, whatever you had on the contract, and you made it's a valid contingency. In other words, the deal is contingent on this home inspection and upon you agreeing to go forward or agreeing to remove the home inspection. So you'll get your earnest money back, you'll be out of the deal completely. Okay, so that's how that works. Next week we'll talk about what if the home inspector missed something. All right, and the deal closes. You got the keys, they got your money, it's your house, and then you find out that hey, there's mold behind the walls, and your home inspector didn't find it. We'll talk about that next week. Okay.